So you may be asking yourself, but RNG Gamer, I thought you freaking played everything randomly. I thought that was the whole point of your channel. What are you doing covering a game that you didn't freaking play randomly? Well, let me tell you, I've been playing this game since 2011. For those of you out there who haven't done the math on that, that's 13 years. I've been playing this game for 13 years, long before I even considered doing YouTube. I was in my 20s when I started this game. I'm in my 40s now. That's a lifetime. And I am so pissed that they ruined this game. And let me tell you how they did it. Now, I've spent a few thousand hours playing The Binding of Isaac, and I've watched thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of streamers playing this game. Every day, I watch a video of either Sinvicta or Northern Lion playing a run of The Binding of Isaac. And if you don't know what The Binding of Isaac is, it was one of the original games that sort of kicked off this whole roguelite renaissance that we're having right now. It's a mixture of a roguelite, and if you don't know what that is, it's where each run of the game is completely randomized, the layouts of the maps, the items, everything like that, and you're trying to piece together a successful run from your knowledge of the game, mixed with the dungeon crawling section from the first Legend of Zelda. And it sets it all in this allegorical retelling of the story of Isaac from the Bible. You progress through these levels, picking up items and trying to select the correct items to build a really powerful run to then be able to successfully beat the game, which takes an hour or so, and then that will unlock new items that you can find in future runs. Now, originally in this game, I got the Platinum Trophy. I found every item, I beat it with every character on every mode on the hardest difficulty. I got the 1,000,000% trophy in this. But then they announced the final expansion of this game, Repentance. They claimed that it was gonna basically double the content in the game. And let me tell you, they are not kidding. They added new characters, then they added alternate versions of every single character in the game, of which I think there are like 15, so there are over 30 characters in this game. They pretty much doubled the number of items and the number of levels in the game, including a bunch of extremely hard alternate bosses that you can only reach by going through secret paths that are found within secret paths of the game. And I will tell you this, I hate these alternate routes. I do not like doing them. They're not fun. They completely break whatever sort of flow you had in the game. They took all the old items and they nerfed them and rebalanced them. So old items that were like S tier items were brought way down to like C tier items. And items that were F tier and D tier were brought up to like C- tier. Basically, the game that used to be centered around building up these awesome synergies and these crazy builds where you just like blow up everything in the game in one shot turned into this sort of min-maxing exercise in frustration. It doesn't tell you what the items you pick up do. There are hundreds of items in this game and it requires you to have a encyclopedic knowledge of what every single thing is. Most of the streamers you see play this game online and they have a mod that tells what the items do, and that's how they're able to be so successful. When you play this game on the PS5, you have to sit there with the Binding of Isaac wiki open, and before you pick up every item, and you don't know the name of it, you have to recognize it from the way it looks on the screen, search that item up on this website, and then find out what synergies it has with all the other items you've picked up to see if it's going to work or not. And I hate that. That content should be in the game. That's really annoying when you accidentally pick up an item and it just screws your whole run over. Like you just fail. You put 45 minutes into crafting this perfect run and putting in all this work, and you pick up one item, you're like, oh, that's a new item, and it just ruins the game. All of a sudden your shots don't do what they're supposed to do, or they just blow you up, or they completely break the game. And there are items in this game that are not patched and will crash the game. I was doing a live stream of this and I picked up an item I haven't seen before, and as soon as I used it, it crashed the game. Super annoying, super annoying. So The Binding of Isaac was one of the first roguelikes I ever played. Maybe the first one, I can't quite remember. Like I said, it was over a decade ago. But since then, other roguelites and roguelikes have come out that have really refined the genre. A perfect example of this is Hades. Hades was my game of the year it came out. It was a lot of people's game of the year. It uses similar mechanics. You're building a run by collecting items. At least in Hades, you always unlock something. One of your weapons gets a little upgraded, or you unlock a new item you can find in a new run, or you unlock something to just add into your room that you're building between the different runs, or there's some new dialogue. There's always something, so you don't feel like a run is wasted. That is not the case in The Binding of Isaac, and definitely not in Repentance. About 50% of my runs end in failure, and some of them take an hour or more, and you get nothing for it. Absolutely nothing. Unless you find an item you haven't found before, you don't get anything. Now, I've been grinding on this game like crazy recently. I have put probably 200 hours into this game since the beginning of the year, and I was well on my way to getting the Platinum Trophy. But let me tell you what pissed me off so badly that I'm stopping this game. I'm ending it. I'm done with it. There are over 600 secrets in this game. There were just a handful I was missing. I didn't know what they were. You can't see what they are till you unlock them, which is really freaking annoying. I looked up what they were, and here's the big issue. Within the game are these little NPC characters that you can pay money to. And if you give them enough money inside the game, they have a small percentage of dropping an item that can help you in the run. One of the secrets of this game is for having a charge beggar drop 10 items over all your runs. I have close to 1,500 hours of this game on the PS4, about 800 hours of it on the PC, and about 400 hours of it on the PS5. You know how many times one of those charge beggars has dropped an item for me? Zero. 0 times. Not one time have I ever had one drop a freaking item for me. That makes me so mad that to think that I put in all this time trying to get the Platinum Trophy on this game, and then I'm just gonna have to grind for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours just looking for these NPCs to pay money to freaking possibly drop an item so I can do that 10 times to unlock one of the 600 secrets in the game. And oh, by the way, unlocking all 600 of those secrets is just like 5% of the completion of the game. It's just a small component. It's not even its own trophy. I'm just done. I'm just done. The Binding of Isaac Repentance wastes your time more than any other game I have ever seen. And I just don't have the patience for that anymore. I just don't have it. The original Binding of Isaac, I knew what all the items did. Everyone did. All the streamers did. But they ruined it. They took a game that is single player, that has no online leaderboards, no competitiveness whatsoever, and they made it unfriendly to the player. They took it and they nerfed everything down and turned it from a cool game that was all about getting overpowered and seeing what crazy synergies you could come up with to a small math problem that's very nitpicky, that has a good chance of failing. All the enemies shoot faster, there's less healing and health power-ups in the game, the strongest weapons all got nerfed, all the weakest weapons got rearranged to be more confusing, there are broken items in the game, and it's just an exercise in frustration. I still consider the version of The Binding of Isaac that came before Repentance, which is called Afterbirth Plus, to be one of the greatest games of all time. But this new expansion, I do not like it. I don't like the new characters, I don't like the new levels, I don't like the new items. But I don't like what they did to the old stuff. Add new stuff, that's fine. But don't change the old mechanics of the game. Why would you take a game that's loved by so many people and is still an extremely popular game that streamers play to this day after a decade and f it all up? Why would you do that? I just don't get it. So The Binding of Isaac Repentance took a 10 out of 10 game, an 11 out of 10 game, my favorite game of all time, and it knocked it down to a 7 out of 10. Why a 7? Why not like a 1 or a 2? Well, the mechanics are still there. They're still the foundation of a fantastic game. It's like when your favorite pizza place gets bought out by a big corporation. There's still a shadow of goodness there. That's what this game is now, a shadow of goodness. But it's just good. It's no longer a masterpiece.